Hey, how's it going, everybody? What's up, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a quick chat about DMZ. Now that I've been able to play some games of it and give it a try, I said I would make a video and give you guys my thoughts on it, how it compares to Tarkov, and what kind of crossover DMZ has with Tarkov. How long is it gonna last? And I guess the ultimate question, is it fun? So guys, before we get into the video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. There'll also be a link to my vlog channel down below, Tweak IRL. We just hit 1,000 subs on that channel. And our last vlog, we were hanging out with Donut. We got to see all his awesome guns and went to a gun store, and Donut cooked us some steaks. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to check out the vlog channel. I would very much appreciate it. So let's get into it. DMZ, what do I think? Well, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. The insurance system and the way that you use your own guns in it is kind of weird. And then also taking out contraband guns, which are guns that you pick up off other players or bots, is also kind of weird because none of those weapons are moddable once you get outside of the raid. So basically, when you pick up a pre-built gun in game, you have to use it as is and can't put any of your own attachments on it. In order to get other insurance slots, so you can have up to 3, you have to complete all of your missions. So the missions vary from, you know, go here, pick this up, to collect certain items around the map, go and kill this high value target, all that kind of stuff, which are fun to do, but they're a little bit tedious. Some of them are, like finding certain items can be a bit of a pain in the ass, especially since it's new and everybody doesn't know where all the things spawn yet. But it kind of gives you something to do while you're in DMZ, I guess. One kind of major issue that I have with DMZ is I spend 95% of the time that I am in the raid fighting bots. And that's fun and all. And if you want to level up your guns quickly, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but the way the weapon leveling in Call of Duty works is, or at least the new one, is every individual gun has a level that it can go to. Let's use 20 as an example. There's different levels, but let's just use 20 as an example. So in multiplayer, getting from level 1 to level 20 without the use of double XP tokens, you'll probably get about a level and a half to maybe 2 levels a game. If you drop, you know, 40 kills or 50 kills, it can take a while. You know, you're looking at least 10 to 15 games to kind of max out a gun. Also, depending on what game modes you play, I normally play Hardpoint and Headquarters and Domination. Those are the 3 modes I play. But I have found that if you want to level up guns really, really fast, DMZ is a fantastic way to do it. The speed at which you level up guns in DMZ is kind of absurd. You get basically the same amount of XP for killing a bot as you would for killing a player in multiplayer, which is cool. Like, I mean, I like that. You know, it's another way to level up guns so you don't have to play the multiplayer all the time, and it's a good way to level up your guns if you want to get your loadout drops in the Warzone 2.0, which is the Battle Royale. That's pretty cool. And then, you know, you're not at a massive disadvantage because then you're going to be able to use your insurance slots to pre-build guns, and then you can unlock attachments and stuff like that. Obviously, the weapons that'll be easiest to level are the ones that the bots drop themselves, and then any contraband weapons you have amassed will be very easy to level. However, certain guns do not get dropped within the raid, and you will have to use your insurance slot to level them that way. And then when you lose that insurance slot, the only way to get the timer to go down rather than having it tick down naturally from, I believe, 2 hours is what it's at. So when you die, a 2-hour timer goes on that slot. It's locked. You can't build your own custom gun in that 2-hour time slot. So what you have to do is go into a run, and then depending on how much money you bring out, that actually reduces the cooldown on your insurance timer, which is kind of cool. But it takes a really long time for that to happen. My biggest issue with DMZ, this is kind of where I'm going to be kind of comparing it to Tarkov. So when you loot things in Tarkov and you extract with them, what do you do with them? You sell them to traders, right? And you make money. You sell them on the flea market, you make money. And then with that money, you use that to fund your next runs. So you can buy meds, you can buy injectors, you can buy ammo, you can buy weapons, weapon attachments, armor, you know, whatever you need. In DMZ, you run around, you collect a ton of money and ton of like high value items, and then you bring them to the buy station, and then you sell them at the buy station, your valuable items that is, and then you amass a ton of cash. Now at the buy station, you can buy, you know, like triple plate carriers. So the way it works is you spawn in, you only have a single plate carrier. So that means you can put 1 plate in it. You can find 2 plate carriers, so you can put 2 plates in it. And then the best one you can get is a triple plate carrier where you can put 3 plates into it at a time. So obviously the 3 plate being the best. you can also buy bigger backpacks, so you can put more stuff in it, and you can also stow weapons and equipment in the bigger backpacks so that you can take out more guns if you extracted them. More guns equals more contraband weapons, which you can't mod, but you can still use in your next runs. The thing that really throws me off is that when you've amassed a shitload of cash, right, you can go and buy a key. You can buy the key from the buy station. So the keys cost like 35,000 of the currency or whatever, which, you know, you can get pretty quickly. You do like 2 missions and you've basically got that. Or you find like a safe and then do a mission and you're basically got that kind of money. When I was playing yesterday with Jay, we amassed a bunch of money, went and bought the police station key, went and looted the police station, and we just killed some bots in there, and then the loot sucked. There was like nothing that crazy in there. So it's like a case of, we're earning money to buy keys to go loot a place to earn money to buy what exactly? You know what I mean? And I get it. You know, if you bring out a shit ton of money, you can reduce your timer on your insurance slot a lot. But like a lot of the guns that you pick up off bots and everything will do absolutely fine for killing players. Unless you want to run like a sniper and you want to run like a, you know, a good secondary and some like really high level kind of sweaty loadout, you can. But like, dude, you could go in bare-fisted, pick up a random gun from a building, from like a weapon box, and just use that to kill bots and have absolutely no issues if you play it right. It's a really weird balance, because I wish that you could take that money out and then maybe buy more things, like if there was like a trader menu or like something else you could do with the money, because the money feels kind of useless right now. The whole system, like the thing as a whole is cool and it's fun. However, like, I swear to God, of like the amount of games I played yesterday, let's just say, for example, I played 6 games of DMZ. In like one of those games, we ran into players. The map is so big and there's so much stuff to do that like you can just play DMZ and just do like loot areas like completely uncontested, like a lot. And in a way, I guess that's kind of like Tarkov. You know, you go to like a nighttime raid on like an obscure map that people don't really play and you kind of have the whole thing to yourself. But like, I found myself like asking the question, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like there's one cool thing you can do where when you spawn in, you will see on the map that there's a big yellow circle and there'll be a weapon crate in the middle of it. Now, in order to get that weapon crate, you have to go to that area and you have to kill all of the hard bots. They're harder bots than normal because they've got like super armor. And they take, it's like Division style, they take like an entire mag to kill sometimes. And then what you have to do is you kill the Juggernaut. Now when you kill the Juggernaut, he drops the weapon case, and then in order to get the loot that's in the weapon case, you have to go and extract. But while you have the weapon case, you're marked on the map to all of the other players. So you might be wondering, what's the point of the weapon case? Well, you can extract up to a total of 7, and each one that you take out actually gives you something for multiplayer or for DMZ. So for example, the first one I extracted with was a blueprint for an RPK. So a blueprint is basically a pre-built weapon. Think of it as like you walk into Kiba and there's one of those pre-built soft mod M4s. It's like that. It's like a blueprint that was built by the devs and it has a various amount of attachments on it, and it's got like a camo on it and all that other kind of cool stuff. So once you extract one of them, you get that unlocked. Then when I extracted the second one, I got a sticker for my gun. So there's like 7 unlocks that you can get by going in, grabbing weapon cases and extracting, which is cool. But I was thinking, like, what happens when you get all 7 of them? What do you do then? Like, what do you do with all the other random shit on the map once you're finished your quests? Like, you're not going to be going into DMZ if you don't have any quests, just running around looking for PvP. Because if you wanted to do that, why wouldn't you just play the Battle Royale? Like, there are cool mechanics in there, like the radioactive zone where you've got to go in and you've got to hunt down the chemist, who is basically Sanitar, and then get his gun and extract it to unlock that gun. Like, that's cool. But I mean, the rest of the map is just filled with bots, and like fighting the bots is fun and it's satisfying, and yeah, it's good for leveling up and stuff. But after you've like extracted the 7 weapon cases and finished your quests and kind of like unlocked everything, which realistically, if you were grinding it, you could honestly probably do in like 3 or 4 days. I just don't see the longevity once you pass that point, because it's not like Tarkov where your character levels up, you unlock new things, you know, you've got your hideout, you've got your quests that all give you different things and unlock different things for you to buy in your traders. There's no traders, there's no nothing. It's very bare right now. It's very bare right now. And I think with like some adjustments and with some updates, And the fact that it got released as a beta means that it's, you know, not finished. Of course, you know, it's the easiest way to do it. Let's release something that isn't finished and call it a beta, and then we'll add to it and whatever over time. But, you know, whatever, that's fine. We're used to that. I just think that it has an awful lot of work ahead of it, because for me, DMZ is going to be fun for like maybe another couple of days, and then I'm going to be over it. And I think most other people will be too. And then it's going to lead to an issue where nobody's playing it, because I predict that outside of people leveling their weapons in DMZ, people aren't really going to play it for much more than that. And once you get all your unlocks, which is pretty easy, there's not really too much other incentive to play. As I said earlier, if you want to go in to DMZ and get PvP, why wouldn't you just play the Battle Royale? You know what I mean? It's a good practice tool. It's probably good for people that are new to Call of Duty to be able to jump in, try out different guns, kill bots, level up their account and stuff like that if they weren't playing multiplayer. But like, DMZ, to me, all it's really good for, leveling guns, leveling up your account, unlocking a few extra cosmetics and weapon blueprints and stuff. Is it fun with friends? Absolutely. Of course it's fun with friends. You know, it's Call of Duty. Call of Duty is always fun with friends. I just don't see any longevity to it. And personally, I'm already kind of starting to get a little bit bored with it. If I was to play it solo, if I had to play it solo, I definitely wouldn't. When I'm playing with friends, it's a good time, but it needs a lot of work. It's very early for DMZ, I will say. Now, they do have cool mechanics. I will give it that. Like, you know, there's one mission where you get into a boat, you've got to bring a package to a certain area. You know, you drive the boat, and then like an attack helicopter comes in, you got to shoot down the attack helicopter before it kills you and get the cargo to the certain point. That's cool. There's other missions where you have to run around and put C4 on valuable cargo, blow them up, and then you find the location of a safe, and then you drill the safe, and then the safe has a ton of loot in it. And then while you're doing all that, you know, bots attack you. That's pretty cool. The radiation zone is really cool. I really like the radiation zone where you got to go in and kill the chemist. The Juggernaut is super cool. Very scary to fight because he is very, very tanky. Every time I fought the Juggernaut, it's always been really intense and it's always been really fun. The map is really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of cool stuff doesn't lead to long-lasting and, you know, entertaining gameplay because there's something missing. And I think it's something to do with like the main menu and not having like traders and other things that you can progressively unlock for your character. The stuff that you can unlock in DMZ, you're going to get all that done in a couple of days and then the game's going to die. So lads, that is my thoughts on DMZ. I think you should give it a try if you haven't. It is fun, but probably not for too much longer. And then, you know, for people that aren't really getting their rocks off the DMZ, you can always try out Warzone 2.0 or just play the Call of Duty multiplayer. So there you have it, lads. Those are my thoughts and opinions on DMZ. Just that I throw this video out there since it's been a pretty popular topic of discussion recently. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the vlog channel. And lads, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, my dudes.